Growing up, I always struggled with low self-esteem, just always had this fear of failure that, what if I don't make it? What if I'm not good enough? Whatever the opposite of being in the spotlight was, it's like I had that. I hated being the center of attention. I would much rather just be the background character in everyone else's life. And consequently, I lacked zest and ambition towards my goals. And truth be told, I never wanted to be the best in anything. Competition is just, I know competition excites a lot of guys, we like that. But for me, it just never really floated my boat. And so, but what did get to me was this existential dread of feeling that I was never living up to my fullest potential. That was like the demon on my shoulders that still haunts me to this day. And so for me, and I would suspect for a lot of you guys as well, that the battle is between you and the man in the mirror. A mentor used to tell me, beat the person that you were yesterday, not who someone is today. In other words, stop comparing yourself, stop trying to compete with everybody around you, and just take inventory for yourself. The path of transcendence is defeating the former self regardless of the successes and the failures of those around you. Guys, life is a one-player game, and it always has been. So the question is, how can we position the pieces in such a way that the odds continue to remain in our favor? And that's where having an alter ego comes into effect. You need to understand that your identity, your personality, your mannerisms, everything in between is simply a learned behavior. Yes, you have genetic predispositions, and there's things that you like and there's things that you don't like. But what I'm talking about is all of this is a learned behavior that you learn through education, that you learn through relationships, through work, through your parents. But neuroplasticity states that, guys, we are much more fluid individuals than what my science and other people suggest. There are thousands of these tiny synaptic connections that are being formed and eliminated within you every single day. And most of the time, we're not even aware of this process. But what if there was actually a way you could speed up this process in a powerful and productive way through the adaptation of a new persona? So it turns out you can, and it's called creating an alter ego. And guys, I actually made a video about this last year. I'll link it below if you want to check that out. But what an alter ego seeks to accomplish is essentially the same thing that meditation seeks to accomplish, right? So simply put, meditation creates separation between you and your thoughts, where an alter ego creates separation between you and your actions. Todd Herman, he's kind of one of the experts in the whole alter ego thing. And he says that it's the back door to peak performance because it sidesteps doubt because you are not the one that's doing it. So he's referring to the alter ego. In other words, there's a way that you can actually live vicariously through yourself. And so our problem is that we lack faith. We don't think that we have the tools to accomplish X, Y, and Z. So that's where the alter ego comes in. What is this version of you look like that has faith, that has confidence, that has charisma, that bridges the gap between the thing that you want to do, in your fears? And then now you begin to incorporate the habits of what you think that this version of you would do. So how do they behave? How do they react? When I was doing cold calls for businesses, my palms used to sweat and my voice would be shaky. I would just have this paralyzing fear. And so what I eventually created was just this other version of myself whose sole purpose was to do the things that I felt too scared to do myself. And by creating this separation between me and this extension of myself, it became much easier to disassociate from the outcomes. And the reason is because the alter ego short circuits this connection between your external circumstances and your self-worth, right? Nothing becomes personal anymore. Think about a firefighter going inside of a burning building to rescue a family. He could not have done that without his suit, right? Without this fireproof suit. Well, think of the alter ego kind of the same way. You can put on whatever suit you need. You just have to set the attention and act in a way that corresponds with its purpose. And guys, it's not going to feel 100% natural at first, right? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be weird. You're going to feel like fake. Like, who cares? Just keep doing it. Keep visualizing. Keep showing up, right? It's like fake it till you make it. The substantiation will always precede the efforts. And one last thing, guys, it's like, stop being so hard on yourself. There's so many people out there that are like, if you're not a millionaire by 30, you're a loser. If you don't have, X, Y, and Z, then you're a failure, like whatever. We're being fed this so much through social media, through these gurus kind of telling us who we are and who we're not. You got to stop giving people authority to speak into your life that have no business doing so. And okay, let's say you're in a bad situation, like just accept where you are, right? You can't have a negative view about yourself and expect for positive change to occur. No, it's like you expect great things to manifest in your life because you position yourself to receive them and you take the scorecards out of the equation. Your greatest successes, the accomplishment of your goals will always come not from this fear of failure, this motivation that you're going to end up, broke and a loser and, you're not going to get married, whatever the case is. It's like that intrinsic motivation is going to come from you understanding that you have infinite potential, that you have access to a wheelhouse of intelligence that is at your disposal at any time. That is where that drive and that Shekinah glory is going to come from, man. So anyways, we'll end here, guys. We'll keep it short. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It helps me out. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.